Hi there everyone and welcome back to BRM Driving School. I hope you're all doing very well. Going to be doing a video here, top tips to help you pass your driving test. If you like what you see, hit like, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you got any tips that you want to add to what I've said, maybe I've missed something out quite important, leave a comment down below. It will help everyone else out. And if you want a driving lesson, I'll leave a link to my Facebook page down below. Send me a message on that and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So, got some possibly good news. It's speculation at the moment, but maybe the driving test might be coming back soon. The government sent out an email last week. They said they are closing off the critical worker driving tests. I don't think they would close that off unless they were going to be reopening the learner test fairly soon. It is speculation at the moment, but if I do hear anything more, I'll let you know. So, video will be top tips to help you pass your driving test. Now, we've seen there's like videos and Google links saying the secret to help you pass your driving test. There's no secret to help you pass your driving test, but there are certainly some tips that will help out, and hopefully these will help you out when you're booking your driving test and helping you pass. So, number one, plan what day and plan what time you're going to be doing it. If you're, say for example, you're a university student, college, school, anything like that, you've got exams coming up soon. Is it a good idea to be booking your driving test in the middle of those exams? May not be, because your focus may be on those exams rather than your driving test. Driving test isn't an easy thing to pass. We need our full focus on that. So book it outside exam time, maybe book it on a school holiday, or maybe you got a massive gap between exams, book it between those. If you're someone at work, maybe you've got a big project coming up, needs completing soon, similar sort of thing. Maybe book a week off work or the day off work of your driving test, so your focus is going to be on that. Also, choosing your time of day is quite important as well. Maybe you're not a morning person. Maybe you're someone that likes to get up at like 10:30 in the morning or 2 in the afternoon. Maybe you're not going to be a morning person, so don't book your driving test first thing in the morning. Or maybe you are a morning person. Make sure you get a good night's sleep beforehand. Get up in a good time so you can have breakfast, have a shower, things like that. You know, get yourself feeling fresh and ready for your driving test. Number two sort of links in with that. Make sure you've had something to eat beforehand. Make sure you bring some drink with you. You want to be feeling focused. If you've got a more early morning test, have breakfast. It will help, it wakes the body up, it gets the body going. A lot of people really underestimate that. They go into the driving test feeling very hungry, and that doesn't help out with the nerves. You're going to feel low on energy, you're going to feel a bit groggy. So make sure you've had something to eat, particularly if it's lunchtime. Some people do like to bring bananas with them, things like that to help them. I'm not too sure on bananas, I'm not a nutritionist, but certainly any food will help. The drink will also help out as well. You want to stay hydrated. If you're dehydrated, your concentration levels drop, you're not going to be able to function as much. So make sure you bring something like water or juice, just something to keep you hydrated, because you don't want to be going into a driving test, particularly at the moment, it's summer. You don't want to be going in, you're going to be dehydrated, you're going to feel like, where you feel like you've got the shakes in your body just simply by being dehydrated. So make sure you've got enough fluids in you. That will help you out, and that will help keep you calm. Number three links in with that as well. Easy for me to say, I know it can be quite hard for some of you to do, but the best thing you can do, particularly in the early stages of the driving test, is try and remain calm. The sooner you get the nerves out of the system, the better. You will naturally feel, starting your driving test, you will naturally feel a bit nervous, but the sooner you can get that out of the system, the better. The more relaxed you are, the easier it will be. Like I'm sitting in my normal driving position here in the seat. In my peripheral vision, I can see the mirrors. If I see something in the mirrors in my peripheral vision, then I can pay more attention to that. Whereas if you're someone that's sat really forward, really tense, like, you get the tunnel vision, you can only see what's directly in front of you. You're not going to be able to see things in your mirrors, and maybe something happens from behind, you get shocked by it, and then all of a sudden there's a sudden steer there. So just sit back and relax. You'll see more around you. You can anticipate what's going to happen. You can plan ahead. You can make your life a lot easier just by staying relaxed, sitting back, looking forward and planning ahead. Our next advice, I believe it's number 4, I've lost count already, is don't take advice from your parents, your friends, the dog, Uncle Joe with the glass eye. Don't take advice from them. Some of the things I've heard is really bad. Like some of the things a parent, that's quite common for them to say, is drive 5 or 10 miles an hour below the speed limit. The examiner can't fail for it. Yes, they can. Stop at every junction, even if it is clear. Again, you're going to get failed for that. So don't take advice from anyone apart from your driving instructor, I would say. The amount of times a student has said to me, oh, my mum or dad said this, and I just turn around and say to them, would you think that your parent would pass the driving test? The amount of times they say, no, I don't think they would. So why would you take advice off of someone who you don't have great confidence in passing the driving test? Best person to speak to is your driving instructor, because they know exactly how the driving test works. So next point is, listen to your driving instructor. They are a professional. They do lots of tests per year, probably done hundreds if not thousands depending on how long they've been doing the job for. They know the procedure. They know what the examiners are going to be looking out for. So listen to your driving instructor. They will give you the best advice going out there. If your driving instructor says to you, I don't think you're ready for your driving test, need to move it back a couple of weeks or maybe a month depending on what it is, take that advice on board. The instructor isn't saying that because they're wanting your money. They're actually trying to save your money by doing that, because if you do your driving test, you're not ready, you fail, your confidence is going to be shot. You're going to have to do those lessons anyway, probably even do more, because that driving test has really knocked you down. So if your driving instructor does say to you, I don't think you're ready for your test, you need to postpone it, I would take that advice on board. I had a similar thing when I was training to become a driving instructor. My instructor trainer said to me before going into my final test, he says, I don't think you're ready, you need some extra time. I took his advice on board. At the end of the day, he knew what was going to be happening on that final test. It's going to be a similar thing with your driving instructor. You know, don't knock them because they said that. They're doing it because it's the best thing for you. Okay, screen's gone down and I'm going because I've got a list here. So our next one, this one doesn't happen too often. It really should be done more often, and that is redo your theory. If you've got some of these apps that you can get on your phone, study for your theory test again. The reason why is you're doing your driving test, so you are applying what you know from your theory into a practical sense. You're going to be out there showing the examiner your knowledge, your skills, knowing what to do in certain situations, and you're going to be applying that onto the road. So if you go through your highway code, go through your Know Your Traffic Signs book, I'll leave a link to that one in the description. Like, Know Your Traffic Signs book has got every single sign and road marking you will possibly come across in the country. If you go through that and you know what that sign means straight away, you know you're ahead of the game. I like to say it's a bit like a game of chess. If you're 2 steps ahead, it works in your favour. If you're 2 steps behind, you know, you're defending every move. It's the same thing when you're driving. You're 2 steps behind, you're reacting to everything, you're not planning ahead. You're going to make your life a lot harder. Whereas going through those signs, like I'll leave some signs up on the screen here. If you know what those signs mean, you're going to make your life a lot easier. You know how to prepare for what's going to be happening next, or what that sign's telling you need to do. If you just go like that, I know it straight away, make your life a lot easier. So redo your theory test, go through your highway code, go through your traffic signs book. That'll make things a lot easier. And then my final tip that I'm going to give in this video, feel free to add in more, is stay positive. like if you go into the driving test and you think, oh, I'm going to fail my driving test, you know, you put yourself down before you've even started. So, you know, you're waiting for that serious fault to happen. Whereas if you go in with a positive mentality, I like to say positive thoughts lead to positive actions. So if you go in, you know, this is my time to shine, I'm going to show the examiner exactly what I know, and I'm going to earn that pass certificate. You know, like if you go up to a certain roundabout, some of them are like, oh no, I hate this roundabout, I'm going to get this wrong. But, you know, you put yourself down, you put yourself on the back foot, you've made your life a lot harder. Whereas if you're someone that's like, oh, I know this roundabout, I've done this loads of times, I'm gonna smash this roundabout. Well, don't literally smash it, but you know what I mean. You know, I know exactly what I'm doing on this roundabout. I know I've got to follow this lane at this point here. There we go. It's all done. That's you know, it's a great confidence boost knowing you've done something well, and that is a great confidence boost. So try and remain positive throughout the whole test. The examiner won't ask you to do anything you haven't already done. So with your instructor, you should have gone through all the manoeuvres. Particularly in Oxford, you should be going through the roundabouts. You should know what you're doing beforehand. If you've done it loads of times and you know exactly how to do it right, that will help. Staying positive is a great way of going through your test, and hopefully that positive thought leads to positive action, which leads to a positive result, which is passing your driving test. So hopefully those tips that I've given you have been a good help going towards your driving test. As I said, if I've missed out anything down below, leave it in the comment. That's going to help out everyone if you leave a comment that I may have missed out. But as I said, if you like the video, hit like, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you want a lesson with me, I'll leave a link to my Facebook page. Just send me a message on there. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And I hope you have a good day. And if you've got a driving test coming up soon, best of luck, and I hope you pass.